Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Crazy here, back with another YouTube video. And this is a different type of video that I'm going to be doing. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this. I got the gameplay in the background for y'all. This is a crazy game. It was a close one. It came down to the final shot, as you can see in the thumbnail. But for right now, let's talk basketball. The Lakers are 0-5 to start the season. That's my favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers. I just wanna be here to discuss it with y'all. So we 0-5 to start the season, and I'm gonna be honest. We should have a couple wins under our belt. The one against the Blazers, the Clippers one, and even the last game against the Timberwolves. Um, First and foremost, the shooting has not been it. We have the worst field goal percentage, I think, in NBA history to start from the 3 point line at the beginning of the season. That's unacceptable. That's you're not gonna win in today's league with that type of shooting. The spacing that we have is terrible. Everybody's clogging the paint. We don't have no driving lanes, and even when we do shoot it, we don't make it. I don't understand why the game plan is to still put up top 10. We shoot the most threes since I can remember, but we make the least of them. I don't know why the game plan is still to shoot the ball when we're not making anything. It doesn't make sense to me. Um, but I will say though, Matt Ryan and Austin Reeves, they deserve more minutes. Now I don't understand why they're not getting more minutes when they're shooting. I think that now that they're not shooting the most attempts on the team, they're only shooting like 2.5 attempts a game. I think I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think they're shooting. Both of them are shooting 2 attempts a game, making like 1.5 or something like that. Um, I don't understand why they're not getting minutes. Juan Toscano Anderson, Tony Brown, Lonnie Walker, they're Kendrick Nunn. They haven't been performing for three. I will say, Troy Brown just against the Timberwolves, he shot 4 or 5 from three, which is good. But I don't think you can expect that from a guy that isn't known as a shooter. You know, um, Matt Ryan and Austin Reeves. Well, Austin Reeves, I know from last year, he's not a sniper, but he's not what we are now. He's not a dead 3 point shooter. He can hit a couple a game as we seen last year, and even from last game against the Timberwolves, he hit. I think he hit two last game. He plays defense. That's what we rely our head on this season. I know we have one of the best defenses in the league, and we can credit that to Darvin Ham, our coach. He has his defense looking like how I used to look with Frank Vogel in them. I will say that our defense has been amazing. Um, I know Matt Ryan might not be the best defender, but when we get AD back, you have him on the back line. Um, you still have Patrick Beverly. Russell Westbrook even has looked good defensively. Um, LeBron has looked impressive on defense. I will say that, to say the least. Um, and yeah, I think we need to give Matt Ryan and Austin Reeves more minutes. I don't understand why they're not getting the minutes that they deserve and that they showcased this season. I remember watching the Timberwolves game, and there was a couple possessions where we had. I don't know why this happened, but Austin Reeves should not be isoing at any point in the game, even if he has a mismatch on him. It was a point where Austin Reeves had. It was a point in the game where LeBron had, I think it was D'Angelo Russell on him or something like that, and it was late in the shot clock. I don't understand why we're not trying to get LeBron the ball so he can at least post fade on him or something. And we had Austin Reeves try to ISO Rudy Gobert or Cat, or it was one of them. That's just not in Austin Reeves' game. I'm not saying he can't develop that, but that's just not who Austin Reeves is as a player. And that's not a knock on him. He may develop that at some point, but it's just not it right now. Um, Another thing, I will say Russell Westbrook did look good last night in the game against the Timberwolves. It looked good with him off the bench. He had a couple missed layups. I will say, it was he had one where Braun dimed him up under the paint. It was crazy, and then he hit the bottom of the rim. Like, that's just that's just insane. Hitting the bottom of the rim is crazy when you wide open. But he did look good. He had good pace. He controlled the tempo. He had the ball in his hands. Even sometimes when Braun was in the game, when they was in the game together, Westbrook controlled it. And I'm not mad at that because it gives him confidence. You know, it gives him the confidence that he needs. And he did make some plays. You know, he didn't have the assist the assist numbers one up there because we have no shooters. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, keep him after the game. You know, keep him after that game. But I wouldn't be mad if we was to trade Westbrook for some quality role players or for some quality shooters. Now I know I have seen that the Pacers trade with Russell Westbrook and the picks for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I'm not saying that would make us instant the favorites to win the finals, but it does help with what we need. AD, I don't think AD needs to play the five. I think AD is a true power forward, and I think the injuries that he had is because he is down a little banging with bigger bodies and bigger centers, and that's where Miles Turner would be helpful in. And he's a great shot blocker, a great defender. Um, Buddy Hield on offense would, well, not even just Buddy Hield, but Buddy Hield and Miles Turner on offense will space the floor great for AD and LeBron. You know, Buddy Hield is a great 3-point shooter. Miles Turner isn't a great 3-point shooter, but he's a respectable three point shooter to where you don't just sag off of him. You know, and Buddy Hield as a 3-point shooter himself, you know, is a sniper, and he's a guy that could get you 20 plus in a game just off threes alone if need be. You feel me? I've seen another trade out there where it's Westbrook for Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. I'm not saying I like that trade, but I'm not saying I hate it either because Duncan, you know, has the reputation of being a sniper in the league, and Kyle Lowry he could get you one. He could hit a couple threes for you too as well. But defensively, Duncan Robinson isn't, even with Buddy Hield. Duncan Robinson and Buddy Hield aren't terrific defenders, but I think having AD behind you and a Miles Turner behind you would dissolve that, how Rudy Gobert did it in Utah. I'm not saying they're gonna protect the paint as good as Rudy Gobert because he's probably one of the best rim protectors we've seen in NBA history, but they would definitely help the team and our weaknesses and what we need. Another trade I've seen was Westbrook to the Spurs for Josh Richardson. I think it was Jakopoto, I think. And that's just another trade where we have a center so AD can go back to the four. Jakopoto he's a good defender. Josh Richardson is a good defender. Josh Richardson can knock down an occasional three need be. Jakopoto isn't a shooter, but he's a great role man, a great defender, and I'm not gonna lie, he's bound to get, he can pass the ball a little bit too. He's not a bad passing center. I think this season he's averaging at least 3 or 4 assists, and on prize picks you can anytime you see Jakopoto assist on prize pick or something like that, bet the over because he's gonna get you them assists every single time. So yeah, like I said, I don't. This is just a little rant that I have for my Lakers and how they performing this season. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna continue to do this Lakers talk, or you know, if we're gonna continue to do this for other teams, or if I just want to continue it with my Lakers. But if y'all like this type of video and this talk about NBA basketball, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna let this gameplay roll out with some music in the background. Peace. so we can advance it.
Hey, a back door is going to be open. Trust. Somebody's door is going to be open. Don't throw it to the back door, nigga, though. Throw it to the other nigga.
He's supposed to.
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go! Let's get it!
I can't say shit about my passing no more.
Oh my god! The
pass,
buzzer
huh?
beater of all buzzer beaters! Let's go!
Hey, at the end of the day, bro, whoever was on that left side, your defense is ass.